Welcome back to Martin Sim Racing for round 3 of this exhibition season for the Manufacturers Cup here in 2023. And we'll be in the BRZ this week at Autopolis International Speedway in Japan, trying to make something happen, trying to go from B up to A and then on to A+. Let's find out and see what happens in the races that follow. I did 3 races in this event. And the last one is what counts, but we did do 3, so let's get racing. And I want to let you guys know there was some major interaction here. And you saw the title of the video, Dirty Driver. So I was getting ready here for my 3rd race after I had 2 races before. And boom! Martin, Dirty Driver, beware. If that ain't bad enough, yep, ran into him before. And my whole world just comes crashing down. And I'm thinking, what is going on? I mean, am I on Reddit somewhere? Is everybody like, look out for Martin. He's a dirty driver. He's terrible. He'll wreck you on purpose. Do I have one of those names? I need you guys to help me figure out. Is that true? Am I that bad? I mean, I know I make mistakes, but it ain't never on purpose. So let's look and see where these comments are coming from. So 2 races earlier, you can see the guy made the comments in 3rd. I'm in 2nd, starting our 2nd lap here on qualifying. This is 2 races before the one I was getting ready for. And let's just see what unfolds. He's going in here turn 1. He takes a little bit of a dive bomb on the qualifying. We're just trying to do our best and get a fastest lap. Why didn't he give me more space to start his lap? And how in the world is he going to make that turn in that manner, in that line? That's the first thing. So I'm thinking, this guy's crazy. Like, I got to get away from him, but I'm just going to keep pushing. Then he dives bomb on the 2nd one. I'm like, well, forget this lap. You know, I just have to get it on the next one. And then he can't get far enough ahead of me, and I'm catching up, running up. He's slowing me down. But I'm just like, look, whatever. I'm just going to stay on him. He's kind of upset me now. I'm not going to wreck him. I'm not going to do anything crazy. But I'm going to keep pushing him. If he's in such a hurry and he can't create any space to make a good lap like everybody else is trying to do, I'm not going to get him no slack. I'm going to keep chasing. Boom! He goes off the track. Look at there, off the track. He's so out of control. Then he's going to cover the inside like we're racing or something. And so I'm just taking my lap. I mean, this is my qualifying too. I take my lap. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Nowhere near him. Nowhere near him. Nowhere near him. Not touching. Not touching. Not touching. He's driving. He's driving. Zip. He hits the gas too quick and bam, he's in the wall. And that's it. That's the end of that story between me and that guy. Never did I touch him. Never was I the aggressor. I'm minding my own business. And I get the Martin, Dirty Driver, beware. And then I get the, yep, running in before. Don't know who the other guy is when we had any altercations, but my mind is blown. So you saw what happened. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. But here we are, lap 1. We're about to start the race, and you can see I'm in P11 to start the race. Terrible qualifying time. I actually started off in P4 or 5 a couple races before and had a really good qualifying, but wasn't able to do any better than say P7 or P8 in that race. So I just kept thinking I can get top 5, I can get top 5. So now we're in P11, but look, we're going to finish the race, we're going to do the best we can and see what happens. So here we are starting off the race. The BRZ is slow off the line every race. When I started out 5 or 4, I ended up in 7 by the end of turn 1. I don't know if the car's just slow, but there's chaos in turn 1. Pure chaos. I'm just trying to make it through it. Oh, get pushed into this guy. Bam, in the wall. And guess who's in last place to start the race? Martin Sim Racing. What an awful start. Should have stuck with the races we had, because now I'm feeling like I got no hope. I'm going to lose so much DR. I'm going to be back in the mid-Bs or below that. Let's watch what happens from this angle and see what we can tell what happens. But I'm so slow off the line every race. I do not know why. If it's just a car, if I'm spinning the tires, somebody let me know. But you see all the kids. I'm just trying to survive. I'm just like, make it through it, make it through it. Then Cheeto comes back on the track during the middle of all this, and I obviously hit him and then hit Toby, and bam, I'm in the wall. And there goes the next guy, the Detroit boys. Oh, Martin Sim Racing's in last place. I do think I have the best looking livery though. But anyway, it's like, are you kidding me? Are you got to be kidding me? And I blame it on this car, or either I'm just punching the gas too fast and it's spinning. But everybody passes you right when the race starts. And look from the cockpit view, because it's like looking at this view and just seeing all the action from inside the cockpit. This is, you know, insane. I mean, I don't know, but I've got to figure out. I mean, I'm probably not going to go with Subaru after this. I mean, for the real season. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, the car is so slow off the line, or else I'm spinning the tires and nobody else does it for whatever reason. It's hard for me to believe that. But even when you start off in traction control on 1 just to get a good start or something, it's still slow off the line. I mean, crazy slow, like way slower than the other cars. So your car choice matters a lot, because I think, you know, if it wasn't for that, I mean, I'd be up there in 6th, 7th, 8th place. You know, I'd have come through that maybe passing a few people instead of being behind. Maybe not, but maybe. But you see here on lap 4, we do get a pass that somebody wipes out, and we're able to get on by them and grab 14th spot. So we're just going to try to keep picking our way up, picking our way up. A top 5 after all this would be great, but top 8 or so wouldn't be terrible. So let's see what we can do. So here we are at the start of lap 5. Toby's picked up a half a second penalty. So let's see if we can really get closer and make that work for us. But the penalty line's in a terrible position. He momentarily stops, but he's stopping anyway and slowing down for the curve. I don't know who come up with putting the penalty line there, but it doesn't really have an effect on the half-second penalty. It just doesn't do much of anything. But we do close the gap a little bit. We get within half a second here of P12 and P13. We need every position counts. Now, we are starting off the race on these hard tires, so we will pit here in a few laps. We do pick up another position, as there was another wipeout by someone here, to now be in P13. So we got 11 and 12 right in front of us, and our goal would be top 8-ish. You know, top 8-ish after dropping back in this type of lobby. You know, for me, all these guys, DR, most of them probably had a little bit higher DR than me, or just a tad below, but they're all in that top B range. And for us to drop back to last, to be able to come back and get the top 8, I think would be a great move. So that's our goal. That's what we're aiming for at this point. So here we are on lap 6. We're about 0.6 of a second away from Toby there in P12, and he's got P11 right in front of him. There is a pretty good gap to P10 at that point. But Toby goes wide coming out of turn 1. Martin Sim Racing's going to stick it here on the inside, see if he can get the pass down. Coming around here to turn 2, are we going to get it done? No, we're going to let Toby have the space, let him take his line. He does give us space. Good driver, feel good and calm racing around him, but we're going to stay right on his rear end right here and try to cause some disruptiveness and get some passings done. So let's take it tight right here. Get up to gear 2 and go. We actually cap it in gear 2, and we do have the traction control on with the hard tires, because you know, we're pushing a little bit, but we're not able to just let it rip anyway. And we do a better line right here on Toby, and we're going to close that gap just a little bit. We're within 2/10, pedal to the metal coming up the straightaway. Here on end of lap 6, we're going to knock it into the pits, put the medium tires on, and see if we can put up those fast lap times and get back in this race. We're coming in the pits in P13. We're probably going to leave in P14 as we fast forward here through the pit stop, coming out in P14. Nobody coming down the straightaway. Check the rearview mirror. We're good to go. Let's roll. Put those lap times in. We got a 15-second deficit between us and P13, but all these other guys are going to pit. So hopefully this pit stop pays off. People are going to be pitting lap 8, in lap 7, whatever. If they started on, depends on if they started on the mediums or they started on the hards. But I'm very confident that I can do these 9 laps with these medium tires, as this is the 3rd race of the night. So I know this BRZ can do that. Probably could have done even more than that, but didn't want to push it too much. So we're coming around here on lap 8. This is the beginning of lap 8. We are still in P14, but you can see there's only a 6-second deficit between me and P13. So we're getting closer and closer. These guys haven't pitted, that will be pitting soon, and we can keep closing that gap, keep working up to the front, We put in our best time on sector 1 right there, taking a good line through here, coming here to the end of lap 8. Where are we at? We got 2 guys pitting, Toby and Plur pitting in front of us. Hopefully we're going to be able to gain and get on top of them. We passed them while they're in the pits, getting their tires changed, and now we're up to P11. So we need to give out 3 more spaces to really preserve our driver ranking. So that's what we're trying to aim to do. Just keep putting in good lap times. There's nobody in front of us, no dirty air to deal with. Just catch Cheeto, catch him, catch the Detroit boys. Let's go. Another best time, sector 1, lap 9 here. Coming around the bend here, keep coming around the curve. Push it. That's all I'm thinking. Just keep pushing. I come around through here and I can see them. They're down there taking the turn, so I got them within sight distance. Now we're 5.5 seconds back here on lap 10. Coming around the curve, push it down to 3rd gear. Hammer it. Let's go. Come on, keep running, keep rolling. And we're down to 5.5 seconds still. 5.4, 5.2. Let's go. Push it, Martin. Push it. If I can pass 10 and 9, that puts me in 9th place. Hey, somebody's going to wipe out. Somebody's going to wreck. There's going to be a catastrophe here. On the next lap, I'm a little closer. I'm reeling on me, and we're 3.9 seconds, baby. But we're running out of time. We got like 5 laps left. Let's go. We're in P11. We need to move up. DR is going to take a hit if we don't get some positions quick. Let's do it. So now we're 3.4 seconds. We got the Detroit boys in front of us. Keep coming around the curve. keep pushing. Something's going to happen. They're running in a pack. I know it. Somebody's going to mess up. Those guys are going to get over anxious. Somebody's going to knock somebody off the track. Come around the curve here. Let's go. Let's go. What we got? There they are. 2.8 seconds. There's somebody holding somebody up on some hard tires or something, because old Martin Sim Racing's closing the gap. He's got 3 or 4 positions right there in front of us. We could possibly go all the way up to P7 if there's a good wreck. Boy, I'm praying for a good wreck right now. I mean, I had one to start with. Let's let somebody else do one right here on turn 1. Let's let somebody dive bomb somebody. I need some help. They're not that close, though. They're still spread out a little bit, but they're right there. Now we're looking at what, 2.87, 2.6 seconds. P11 coming on here on lap 12. You can see this lap, every lap they get closer and closer and closer. So we're gaining. Are we going to have enough time, though? Time is starting to be of the essence. Only a few laps left, but we're getting closer and closer, down to 2.4 seconds. So we've cut it like 2.5 seconds off of their lead, off this pack's lead in front of me. And all I need is just one little mishap, and I can get me a couple positions, get up into P9, P8, something like that. I'll take it at this point with how things are going. We come around the curve here, and what happens here? There's chaos up in front of us. 2 cars off in the sand pit. Old Martin Sim Racing is going to go on by and grab P9 here on the end of lap 12. Sitting in good position after starting off in 15th after turn 1. Baby, keep rocking and rolling. Let's see what happened here. We got kid named Frank coming around in 3rd gear with the hard tires, and he just gets on the gas too early, loses on that Nissan. Fast Ginger tries to go around the inside of him. He gets caught up in it. Both guys off the track. Martin Sim Racing takes advantage of it, and we're only 1.8 seconds away from P8 coming around here on lap 13. We got 3 laps left, guys. We need 1 or 2 more mistakes to get in that top 8, but I got P8 and 7 right in front of me. 1.6 seconds after turn 1 catastrophe to start the race and getting P15. Oh, dirty driver, Martin Sim Racing. They calling him the dirty driver. Should we just wear the label, or should we clean up the act? I mean, I'm not a dirty driver, but I'm just joking. But here we go, 1.8 seconds. We got Detroit boys in front of us, just 1.6 seconds there. Now we're trying to close in as we're in P9. We love to get in that P8. That top 8 is just what we're aiming for. Top 7, top 6, anything would be great. But top 8 was my goal after falling behind. So here we are to start lap 15, and let's listen to the call from the booth. Martin Sim Racing coming around, start lap 15 in P9. Detroit boys in P8, and Detroit boys is going off in the grass. Martin Sim Racing is going to grab P8 after starting the race on 15th place at turn 1. Turn 1 gives it back to him. He's now in P8. There's a 24 car that's stuck in the sand pits. Let's go back and look and see what happened in slow motion. We don't know why, but Detroit boys just veers off into the grass. We don't know if he was picking his nose, had to sneeze, spit his dip out. His controller went dead, come out the wall, whatever. The power went out, who knows? But Detroit boy stuck back in P9, and Martin Sim Racing, the number 11 Subaru, takes P8 after going all the way back to P15. What a race for Martin Sim Racing. Never give up, never quit, baby. Here we go. So continuing on with lap 15, you can see now I'm in P8, and I got a 5-second deficit to the car in front of me, which is Cheeto. So it's going to be really hard to make up that ground here with 2 laps left. So we pretty much just want to maintain the 5-second lead we have over Detroit boys and pray that we get that P8. So here coming up to the end of the race on lap 16, as you can see, we kind of maintained everything, stayed just like it was. And Martin Sim Racing is going to come around the last turn here and take P8. Now P8 is not what I was looking for going into these events, because I did qualify, like I said, for top 5 one race. But look, after you go down to P15, I mean, what can you hope for? You're in a top B lobby. You might be A+ driver, I think, but top B guys, they don't give it up that easy. And so I mean, to come back and raise your position that way, and overall we raised our position 3 spots. I mean, you know, I feel pretty good about it. And look at our boy, our crew chief. He's just clapping his hands. He's always so positive. Got to thank Johnny. Johnny's a big Alabama fan. Roll Tide to you, Johnny. What a race. Here's our DR to start the events. And here is our DR after the events. Didn't really change that much. And after a few daily races this week, I wanted to show you my DR where it sits right now. It's right there. So it's pretty much not changing. It stayed the same. I had a really good qualifying time at this track with Group 2 cars for daily races, and wasn't able to take great advantage of it. But I am definitely getting faster and better. I'm trying to just race more, get more consistent driving in traffic, because I think that's the biggest problem, more even than the qualifying time at this point. But I am where my DR is. I do think that is an accurate depiction of where my talent level is. but I can see that I can be a lot faster than the guys who have that same VR. I can see that. I've just got to race smarter. I've got to put it to get to another level. And that's just what it's going to take, you know, being selected, but also just getting faster, racing smarter, knowing when to give positions up and not fight with people, and knowing when to try to overtake. That's a big thing for me. The driving's getting better, and I'm starting to understand it more and more, and the lines are getting better, but we've got to get smarter. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you stay with it through the whole time, please give me a thumbs up and a like. It takes a lot of time to give you these updates and make these videos, so getting a few more viewers, a few more subscribers really go a long way towards my psyche about taking time to actually do this. But appreciate y'all. Have a good week. I'll let you know how it turns out in some of these daily races. Hopefully get that DR up. Thank you.